"Why are your lips so black?" my sister asked. A question my young self had never thought of. "For our people," replied my auntie, "it's a sign of beauty." Auntie described the excruciating process she went through as a little girl. The day she was held down while someone, at the request of her parents, pinned her down and pierced her lips over and over, tattooing them with dark ink. She forced herself to stay still through the pain. Almost every older woman in my family had it done. My grandmother's lips are dark like Auntie's, but you can see the ink spread past her lips in an odd shape, the mark of her resistance to being pricked. When I first learned about FGMC, it reminded me of this practice. FGMC is yet another way women are subjected to torture because the world decides it makes them more desirable, more valuable to someone else. On a fall day in ever sunny Florida, I was in my favorite college class, International Human Rights, where we had to debate whether FGMC was a human rights violation or a cultural practice that should be respected. I was the only African girl in class, and I was queasy being in a room full of white American students who knew nothing of my culture but spoke so freely about it. Even though I'm not a survivor, I felt very close to those who were, as if I were representing them in that moment. I didn't know whether to refer to them as we or they. Was I a part of that aspect of my culture that perpetuates FGMC or not? How could these people talk about my community like it's backwards? I felt othered. But then, strangely, I also felt empowered. I wasn't held in place to have my lips darkened with ink. I wasn't held down to be cut. But I understand my community, my relatives, my aunties. I understand their struggles because I was raised by them. And I can use my understanding to be a true advocate. If I were to go back to that classroom today, I wouldn't be that isolated girl anymore. I would proudly and confidently say we, because my heart is with the survivors. My heart is at home.